A steamroller has just charged through.
Dynasty, destiny, drama. Your Women's National League Cup champions.
Future stars set to shine.
Will Riggs, who's been on fire all season.
Champagne Rugby, look no further.
To score one of the most memorable tries.
Durham University are Bucks Super Rugby League champions.
But the truth is, in this league, it's anyone's on the day.
And it's full time. It is 6 wins from 6 for Swansea.
Entertainment guaranteed.
Bucks Super Rugby.
Women's National League.
Bucks Rugby is back.
Bucks is back for 2023. Welcome everybody to Lady Bay for a proper East Midlands derby. The new boys Nottingham flew out of the gates, maybe struggling for pace, but one win away from really remounting that playoff challenge. As for Loughborough, they've slipped down to 3rd place with results this week. A win takes them back to the top of the pile. We're here at Lady Bay, Nottingham Rugby, the home, the surface, the occasion. Anything can happen, and these teams in close proximity can bring out the best in each other. We've got some great guests for you this evening. We've got an England under-20 as the co-commentator. We've got 2 teams desperate to start 2023 the right way. But before we look forward, let's look back when we were over the border in the Welsh capital, Cardiff, for Cardiff Met versus Cardiff University. And after that, we're going to have a chat to the brilliant Paul Westgate. Hello and welcome to a cold and Christmassy Cardiff Arms Park where the saga continues. It's the Cardiff Clash 2. This is a rivalry that just gets better and better and better. It is Wednesday, it is Bucks Super Rugby, wherever you're watching from around the world. It's great to have your company. It in. Merry Christmas everyone. Ethan Morgan gets the Cardiff Clash underway. Queuing up to score this try, Cardiff men. And over they go. Into the 22 they go. Roma Zheng stepping away. Drives towards the line. Sensational score from Roma Zheng. He is unstoppable. Oh, lovely ball. It's tipped on. They're within a metre. They're over the line. It's grounded. It's the bonus point. And Roger Evans kicks for touch. It's a return to winning ways for Cardiff Met.
Cardiff Clash done.
Well, Paul, you're back after a break, and it feels as though the break might have come at a good time. How are you going after 2023?
We're going really well. I think you're absolutely right, Dave. The break came at a good time. You know, I wouldn't say we were running on empty at the end of last term, but, you know, a small squad, some injuries, etc. It was a tough November, December for us, but the break has meant that we can reset, we can get some quality training under our belt. Obviously, we've got to navigate exams at the university like so many other universities, but the boys have shown commitment, and we're really looking forward. We're so excited tonight to be back playing BSR, and of course at home.
You've got a lot of boys as well who've played every minute of this season. You mentioned running on empty, but they're really wearing that as a badge of honour, aren't they? They're very proud to play for this club.
Yeah, they are, and I think that reflects the commitment that they make to the club. You know, we never have to ask too much of the players. They want to play, they want to wear the green and gold. They're proud to play for the University of Nottingham. So that's great to tap into that spirit, that togetherness. But we also know that, you know, at the end of the day, you know, if we want to stay in BSR, we've got to get some results. You know, we believe we're good enough to do that. And I generally believe as well that we're just one really good performance away from putting 3 or 4 together.
And things are happening for players as well. Robert Carmichael, huge honour for him to be selected for England under-20s.
Absolutely, as the boys sang on Saturday, one of our own, you know, and yeah, great to see Rob playing at that level, and that's a real motivation for all the boys, you know. He's an honest, humble, very modest player, and you know, he's been training with us as well, and you know, all during this period. So he's great, adds real value to the club, and although a young guy, very much in our leadership group and very much someone who people listen to. So he's the quality of player now that we're looking to attract at the University of Nottingham, you know, to help us move forward and stay in BSR.
He's also absolutely massive. Let's talk about the occasion tonight then. While we're having a chat, we've got the cheerleaders warming up. We're here at Lady Bay. I thought you might have a look at that. But we're here at Lady Bay under the lights on a Friday night. It's all about creating these occasions, isn't it? And you've really bought into that in your first season.
Absolutely, it's about creating the student experience, isn't it? You know, we're looking forward to having a lot of students down tonight to support us. You know, it'll be the end of 2 weeks of exams for a lot of them, so hopefully they'll be in a party mood and they'll get behind the team. But absolutely, look, these boys first and foremost are students. You know, they work hard. You know, some of them will go into professional rugby, of that I'm really confident. But, you know, some won't. And, you know, it's up to us to run a programme where, you know, we don't lose sight of the enjoyment of rugby. And occasions like this, playing against one of the top universities in the country, Loughborough, under lights at a championship club ground, it doesn't get any better, really. And as I say, we're really looking forward to it.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Starting to build beautifully here under the lights at Lady Bay, and every time we come to this part of the East Midlands we find out about Bucks Super Rugby and the great charities that they support. All of the universities across the league get behind Oddballs, and great news, we have got an ambassador for the charity who happens to be a Loughborough Students All-Star as well. Tom, great tie, great top, how are you? Tell us a little bit about the great Oddballs Foundation you work for.
Evening, Dave. So obviously at Oddballs Foundation, our primary aim, our primary goal is to break down the taboo stigma associated with testicular cancer and men speaking openly about their balls and their health. So for me as an ambassador, there's 50 of us across the country. I reach out to schools, I organise schools, businesses, colleges, talks, present to those schools, raise awareness of testicular cancer, and hopefully put on events like this, big fundraising event, to raise further awareness.
Robert Carmichael, he's just said balls on the live stream. Have you checked yours recently?
No, not really, but I mean, there's been loads of stuff going around, and we've had lots of talks at uni about like sort of the Oddballs Foundation, and I think we've got a couple reps as well. So it is really spreading, and I think obviously the event tonight is really good for getting that out there.
I don't think anybody who follows rugby in any part of the UK will have gone to a ground recently at any level without seeing a hoodie or a pair of pants or a top like that or a car in bright and garish colours that advertises the foundation. But you're talking about fundraising, which is a massively important part of charity. If people want to dig in, if people want to get involved, if people want to donate, how can they do it?
Just search up the Oddballs Foundation, and then attached there should be a link for a Just Giving page, and it'd be brilliant to donate. All your money that you donate will go straight back into raising awareness, so helping support us as ambassadors, driving around, presenting to various people and sort of getting the word out there.
And I'm certainly not going to ask you to demonstrate, but obviously the checking is a massive part. Where can people go to find out how they can do it accurately? Please, no demonstrations.
That's fine. No demonstrations. It's an easy 4-step guide. So you can obviously go on the website, www.theoddballs Foundation, or you can go on the various social media channels at Oddballs Foundation. There are plenty of infographics and facts for you to check out there.
And they're all PG-13 as well, so don't worry about the browser history. Mr. Carmichael, let's talk about your season then, because it looks like you're having an incredible time. You're in your Unruck jersey there, playing Bucks Super Rugby. You've been on the bench for Leicester Tigers. Now you've got the nod for England under-20s as well. Pretty good time to be you.
Yeah, no, it's been going well. A lot of good experiences. So obviously the sort of Fram Cup stuff, I didn't play too much in that, but it was good to be there on match day and sort of see the behind the scenes. And yeah, the England stuff's all very exciting. Lots of kit, which I quite like. But yeah, it's been going really well. Obviously, sort of managing studies on top of that's been pretty tricky, but I want to play rugby, so it's been going really well.
We were actually taking bets on what stash you'd turn up in tonight, but you've gone for University of Nottingham as opposed to England. You were involved in the game at Loughborough Students the other day then, so you've had a peek behind the curtain for Unruck's opposition tonight? Yeah,
I've been getting a lot of questions about what the sort of strategy is, but yeah, we played last week. That was a really fun day. I think there was quite a big backing at Loughborough that game. I don't know if it would be quite the same as tonight, but yeah, so that was good. Obviously being asked a lot of questions about that, but Loughborough are a tough team, so.
Well, it's a proper derby, and derbies can do strange things to teams. Let's have a chat about Loughborough. I can see that you've got a fairly hefty cast on there, so you're not involved with Bucks or the National League at the moment. I want to hear from you both here, because it seems like these are two pretty special clubs. What's been so great about Loughborough this season? What has meant that you've been able to do so well in the National League and Bucks Super Rugby?
I think for me, having been in Loughborough for 4 years now, we've got a really special group of boys, whether that's freshers, people in their undergrad or postgrad. We've got a really special group. We click really well. We slightly altered our training week, so we get more buy-in, more training together, the National League and Bucks together, because obviously two pretty tough leagues. And last year, yeah, both sides did pretty well. We didn't get as much time, as much crossover as we'd like, so it's definitely helped on the training day. But that's probably the biggest thing. I think there's been a real good buy-in from the group of boys, and like we want to go out and fight for each other on a match day, whether that's a Wednesday or a Saturday.
And the last word for the time being then for you and Nottingham. Great start to the season. It's been a struggle. It feels like the break came at a right time, but everyone tonight's got a smile on their face. Feels like a pretty special club.
Yeah, it is. So obviously we've had quite a few struggles this season with injuries and sort of players changing in and out and stuff. So it has been a struggle, but you know, I think the exciting thing about us is any day we can show up and put in a good performance. So I don't think anyone's sort of doubting how well we can do tonight, so that's quite exciting.
Can't wait to have your company in the commentary box, and all the best for you tonight. I hope that the charity stuff goes brilliantly. We're going to have a fantastic game, and we are counting down to kick off. I had a little chat earlier to Loughborough's head coach Martin Webdale, and this is what he had to say. It is tight at the top. It is a new year, and you could end the week back at the summit. You feeling good about 2023?
I think it's really exciting. Every game in BSR is really tough, so everything's a challenge. Nottingham tonight, really tough, really well coached side, and everything's exciting every single week with us.
With the National League and then England 20s come knocking and Prem Cup and a few injuries, you really have to dig deep for the squad, but it feels as though everyone who's having the opportunity is really taking it.
Yeah, I think we've used 45 players in Bucks Super Rugby this year, so it's a huge squad effort, both on a Saturday and a Wednesday, and the guys have really bought into that in terms of guys have played Saturday, backed it up into a Wednesday, and vice versa for us this year. But I say it's a huge squad effort, and that's made the squad really tight this year.
It's on a Friday tonight. Most of the time it's on a Wednesday, but it's night time, it's under the lights, there's plenty going on. A lot of people around this league are excited. Are you excited? Are the players excited? How much do you look forward to these occasions?
Oh, it's an absolutely fantastic occasion, and all credit to Nottingham bringing it here to Lady Bay on a Friday night. It's brilliant. Some of our boys have stepped straight out of the exam hall this afternoon onto the bus, so it's a great occasion for them. Our exams finish next week, so they've been hard on the books this week and the week before, so it's a brilliant break for them from the studies, and they're here to enjoy themselves tonight.
What about this Nottingham team then? We know what Loughborough offer. They offer a threat to anybody in the league. What do Nottingham offer this Bucks Super Rugby division?
I think they move the ball well, as I said, really well coached side with Paul Westgate here. Move the ball well, real threat at the breakdown with some really good back rowers as well, and really good kicking game as well from their 10 and their 15.
Are you going to end the week on top of the league?
We'll wait and see what 80 minutes gives us, but I hope so.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Well, that is the question. Loughborough Students started top of the league. However, with 4 fixtures this week done, will they end it? We've got 3 games on Wednesday, 1 game already today. Let's take a look at some of the results. Exeter getting 2023 off to a great start with a bonus point win against Cardiff Met at home. Durham beating Cardiff as well. So in that lower part of the league, plenty of movers and shakers. Leeds Beckett, having got their first victory of the season against Nottingham, fell 41-0 to Swansea at St Helens. And Bath put the pressure on Exeter and Loughborough at the top of the league by working hard to beat Hartpury 21-15. That kicked off earlier today at Dings Crusaders, but we end the week under the lights at Lady Bay. It's the East Midlands derby, Nottingham versus Loughborough, and we are counting down to kick off. So that's what it means for the league. Any win takes Loughborough back to the summit. Bath and Exeter at 1 and 2 at the moment. Bit of a gap with them, with Cardiff Met, Durham and Hartpury all chasing that top 4. For Nottingham, they do have a couple of games in hand, but they are at risk of being cut adrift of that final playoff place. But they still have 6 points over Leeds Beckett with those 2 games in hand. So whether it's wins, try bonuses, losing bonuses, every point will count as they look to maintain their place in Bucks Super Rugby in their inaugural season. So this is how Nottingham line up. The likes of James Cherry, captain in the team, Archie van der Fleer, they have played in every game, as has Connor Moyes. It's a lovely, fluid half-back partnership with Henry Mortimer and Max Brown. Tom Allen offers serious gas, and then on the bench there are a few opportunities for debuts too. We're going to see Rory Flack filling the ample size boots of the man stood next to me in the second row as well. So despite the settled team, there are still opportunities for the boys in green and gold. As for Loughborough, plenty of partnerships. The Pope brothers at 12 and 13. Miles and Titcombe, former Worcester Warriors, at 9 and 10. And Wardell and Scopes, two Saracens boys, at 4 and 5. And then on the bench there, Isaac Smith and Westmacott offer front row cover. And with Rowston, Langston and Naylor, there is plenty of gas on the bench if the game requires a try late on. So it is all go. Opposite us, the players going into the tunnel ready to be welcomed by the Nottingham Knights cheerleaders. The floodlights in the background are at the world-famous City Ground. And the man stood next to me is hopefully going to be making his England under-20 Six Nations debut soon. But before he does that, it's his commentary debut. Robert Carmichael, how are you?
Good, thank you. How's it going?
Yeah, really well. I'm very much looking forward to this one, but I'd imagine you've got itchy toes, itchy fingers and itchy everything because you'd love to be out there with the boys this Friday night.
Yeah, well, it was a very nervous warm-up for me, but no, all the boys are really excited and sort of nothing to lose in this one.
I saw you really getting the boys revved up. They were going through the line-out drills, some of the maul drills. Obviously, that's bread and butter for you as a big lock forward. They seemed pretty revved up and they were executing well too. Do you think parity in the set piece is a key tonight for Unruck?
Yeah, well, Loughborough obviously very good at set piece, so that is somewhere we need to get right for this game. But luckily we've got James Cherry leading that, and he loves rugby, so not too worried.
He is. I mean, it's no disrespect to anybody else in the team because it's a really talented group, but Cherry seems to be the beating heart of it, really. It's like he's held together with tape and blisters and all kinds, but he's just 80 minutes week in, week out. You need players like him in a team like this, don't you?
Yeah, as I was saying earlier, these big games, you sort of worry how people are going to cope with the pressure, but he doesn't really falter at all, so he's a good player to have in there.
We're going to enjoy this game tonight, you and I, come what may. I'm giving you plenty of notice that you're going to be on man of the match duty. But before the players come out of the tunnel, let's talk a little bit about England. And the most important thing, what's the best bit of stash you got?
Oh, that's a tough one. We got loads of everything. Big fan of the vest. Never worn it yet, but I'm sure I'll be using that a lot in the summer.
Am I going to see pictures of you on socials doing curls in the squat rack wearing your England vest?
Maybe. We'll see.
Decent crowd have gathered here this evening as well. It's a cracking ground. They play some great rugby here, Nottingham in the Championship, and the partnerships between these university teams and the Championship, Premiership and National League clubs, so important for the development of everybody involved. Away to our left-hand side, there's the members' tent. It's a little bit warmer in there. It's a chilly one tonight, but for the time of the year, given how much rain we've had, given how much miserable weather and wind, it is stock still. There is no breeze. The surface looks like it's held up well. And two teams who like to score tries are about to go at it. At no point am I going to ask you for a prediction tonight, Rob, because it's not fair. But what do you want to see from the Nottingham team this evening?
Well, we're a team built on jouet, so hopefully be seeing a lot of that tonight, especially with no wind and no rain. Yeah, just fronting up. Loughborough top of the table, but we just going to step up to that.
You mentioned jouet there. Max Brown at 10. Is he just given a free rein? Because it certainly looks like it.
Yeah, he's a funny one because he's a very sort of calm, cool and collected person, but when he plays he's completely nuts. So yeah, he does get free rein.
Here come the visitors in the African violet, knowing a win will take them back to the top of the table. Feels like it's been a long time since Loughborough have been at the business end of Bucks rugby. Certainly since the Bucks Super Rugby in its inception. They've not been in the mix, not been to a final. They pushed Durham in the playoffs up at Hollow Drift last year, but maybe this year is the year. They've dealt well with the disruption. Scott Snedden leaving, Martin Webdale stepping in. But there is a riot over there as a headbanded James Cherry leads out the University of Nottingham. Green, gold and white flew out of the block, shocked everybody with those 2 victories against top teams here in Nottingham. But it's a different ground tonight here at Lady Bay, a different opposition, a different day of the week, and a different opportunity to pick up a victory and put them back in playoff contention. Ben Wood, the man in charge this evening. Charlie Titcombe stands by. He's a fascinating character, you know, was doing really well with Worcester, but of course they no longer exist. I wonder where he'll end up. Two teams at opposite ends of the table, but in East Midlands derby, absolutely anything can happen. Strap in as Charlie Titcombe gets Friday Night Lights underway. First live stream of 2023. And a decent, composed exit for Nottingham and a steady start to make Loughborough work from their own half. So first line out, Loughborough ball. What are you doing here? You throwing a man up?
Yeah, just anything to get in their way, really. Just sort of let the hooker know we're there.
So Joe Plunkett. Oh, has he dummied that throw? Well, it's gone Loughborough's way. Just not got the ref's mic at the moment, so not sure of that decision. Was it Nottingham closing the gap? Either way, I think Plunkett might have got away with one there, because it certainly looked like he had 1 or 2 goes at it. Over goes Bryn Davis to re-give the instructions. Better ball this time, taken down by Wardell. Titcombe sends that one skywards. Big chase coming from Sam Kildun. Never onside though. Penalty Nottingham.
Yeah, that's a big thing we've been talking about, looking out for, is Titcombe's boot is pretty unreal, so a lot of focus has been on that this week.
Well, there are 4 floodlights here. If you have a look at the players, you can see the shadows disappearing in 4 directions. What it does mean is that those up and unders in the middle of the park, they go above the line of the floodlights, so they go into the dark and they come back out. So the back 3 are going to have a heck of a job plucking those out of the sky tonight. That one went to ground, but Kildun was offside. Now a decent chance for Nottingham. Lewis Pickford, another player who started every round in a front row with Archie van der Fleer and Fred Marr today. Oh, and that's a big double top to the back, and away you go Nottingham. Great carry from Lewis Barrett. Goes over the first man, now Mortimer. Caelan Stanton. He's also in a big white headband similar to that of James Cherry. Ed Timpson, decent initiative here from Notts. Getting over the gain line, perhaps not as quickly as they'd like, but now is there space on the edge. Tom Allen. Well, penalty given, and will it be more? Here we go, yellow card, deliberate knock on. Loughborough down to 14. And a huge opportunity for the hosts. And the Lady Bay crowd let him know exactly what they think of that. High energy start, high speed start. And perhaps they'd have wanted a few more metres from that kick. But Robert Carmichael, you must be quite happy with that.
Yeah, that's the start we were looking for. We were saying to just come out fast. Get good speed of ball, so that was decent.
Another penalty, the line out deep inside the 22. That's 2 penalties Loughborough have conceded. 3 minutes in, they're down to 14 as well. 1 for offside, and then that one for the deliberate knock on. Caelan Stanton takes it, and they go to work in the maul. Pickford with it at the back. Mortimer told to use it. Anand wants it. Anand gets it. Tips it on round the back. Is there some space out wide here? Out there is Connor Moyse, but the ball goes to ground. Oh, if he catches that cleanly, it's try time. But Loughborough scramble through Charlie Titcombe. Mortimer. Van der Fleer, the loose head prop. It's a good tackle by Fergus Dick. Oh, good line by Marr. Putting his ample ballast to it. It's just gone forward in the contact.
Interesting bit of play that. Good initial punch on that more from Nottingham, but Loughborough did really well to sort of counter that. Very unlucky in the corner there.
Well, Fred Marr, we've seen him hitting the line there. He came into the team against Hartbury and ball in hand looked like a wrecking ball of a boy.
Yeah, I think one of the games he found himself flying out a goose step on the wing, which was pretty interesting. But yeah, he's been a really good player to sort of have back in the squad.
Well, here is the challenge. Line-out looking pretty solid for both teams. I think that's Ben Wood. You can hear now. So you're a lock forward, and it's only me, you, and however many thousand watching Buck Super Rugby audience around the world. When you pack down in the second row and the ref says reset, how often do you know what's going on?
Never. I'm just focusing on putting my head down and pushing. That's the sort of big job of a second row and a scrum.
We're going to have another look at it. Surface looks pretty good, but it is soft underfoot, so referee Ben Wood just moving them a couple of steps right for the team putting in. Van der Fleer, Pickford and Marr against Davis, Plunkett and Mink Sharink. Tobias Monday readjusts. And Loughborough win the penalty.
Yeah, not a great start for us.
Told to stay square. That one against Marr on the tight head side. Yeah, Bryn Davis, the loose head for Loughborough. Ulsterman. Not the biggest of loose heads, but he's got a great engine. Definitely scrummages above his weight as Titcombe relieves the pressure. And 6 minutes in, still Nottingham 0, Loughborough 0. That is a big group of... I'm not sure how to describe the supporters. Let's go with vocal to begin with.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. The sort of game prep started pretty early on today.
Game prep. I've heard it called a few things. Joe Plunkett is going to get what could loosely be described as dog's abuse as he tries to find his man. Oh, and that's been knocked on. It's a little bit tentative on the arrows, Joe Plunkett. Oh, it's a big shot, though. So Mortimer tries to send the boys back into action, looking to put early width on it. Tom Allen at 15 today, nice inside ball. Furley. Nathan Pope brings him down. Two Pope brothers. Oh, there's some space here. Oh, lovely footwork. Look at this from Pickford. He takes Nottingham up to the 22. Oh, it's been lost in contact, but space for Nottingham.
Good to see that attack working out pretty well so far.
You're looking at Connor Moyes there thinking, why have you got in front? Why have you got in front of Pickford? He was in. So you're in the green tonight. I'm just looking down now and seeing the boys in the gold bench coats that I'm sure they'll be pretty glad of, because it's not as cold as it has been, but it's certainly not a warm one here at Nottingham. What do you prefer, the green jersey or the gold?
I've only played in the gold one once. I do quite like the green. Yeah.
So second scrum of the match. First one ended in a penalty to Loughborough. Tom Miles
Crouch
turned 20 earlier this month.
Binds.
Former England under-18.
Set.
Pretty much the only 9 at Loughborough not called Charlie. Oh, it's another penalty. It's gone down on Fred Marr's side. That one was called in by the AR.
Not up to the pen, James, please. Thank you. Not up to the penalty, though. Clap. Number 1.
Plenty of things going right for Nottingham. The scrum not one of them. But Loughborough will be very pleased with that. James Gallagher, Gally as he's known, big part of the Loughborough staff, former tight head for the club in the early days of Buck Super Rugby. guarantees me that he's not going to do a Masters and strap the boots back on. But he'll be pleased with that as Loughborough go to the front. There's a hand on it, but it pops out, and now Titcombe puts boot to ball again. There's a big gap there, and Conor Moyse, it sets up quite nicely for him, and he's going to run it back, and he's going to get away from a couple of tacklers as well, Conor Moyse. Again, quick ball, good work by Barrett. He's revved the engine a few times, and Nottingham looking for the edge straight away, getting up to halfway. Oh, and Jamie Whitwell. Well, he got away from the tackler, but the ball got away from him.
Yeah, good carry from Baz there. Big bad Baz. It's good to see the attacks working out pretty well so far. Getting it wide quite well. Just need to fix up those last little finishing touches.
Yeah, Whitwell looked sharp there, didn't he? He's played all across the back three this season. Enjoying that time out there on the edge in front of that crowd that are keeping him warm. Plunkett finds Scopes quickly off the top, and again it's sent skyward. Allen looks pretty steady under that ball. Moyse is the first there.
Stay behind, Loughborough.
Now Mortimer.
Use it.
Cherry picks the shoulder of Miles, a good shoulder to pick as well. Gets a good gain line. 10 minutes gone, still 0-0, decent contest. Mortimer sends it up. Sanders underneath it, does well, but he's swallowed up. It's a great chase and a good clear out. That's Plunkett. And the turnover's good. That's Fred Marr over the ball. How about that from your tight head?
Yeah, Fred Marr loves the jackal, so no surprises there.
He is a big, heavy boy. Once he's over that ball, it is going to be hard work to get him off. Now, going for the posts here. Looking to get the scoreboard ticking over. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think that's a good decision, get some points on. Obviously, I think our attack's been pretty good, so it would have been good to see them back it, but yeah, probably better safe than sorry.
Well, it's a potential 3 points as well, isn't it? An innocuous penalty in the middle of the park, and that's a real reward for the great work of Fred Maher. Not the easiest of kicks, though. Good conditions for it. No breeze for him to contend with. Bearing in mind, Loughborough still down to 14 at this point as well. So to come away with some points in that period, about a minute or so before they're back to a full contingent, wasn't bad going. Mortimer sends it goalwards. It's got the legs. It's got the direction, and Nottingham lead.
Knowledge. Yeah, no, it's good having Fish in the team. I think on our run to get into Superbox last year, quite a few games are won purely on his boot. So great player to have in the team.
12 minutes gone. Loughborough yet to visit the Nottingham 22. Nottingham have had a couple of visits, but not really been able to fire a shot. A couple of knock-ons have cost them, and they've not been able to get parity in the scrum. And again, it's a frustrating one, isn't it, from a forwards perspective, because once you paint the picture and you concede a few penalties, very, very difficult to win Ben Wood back around for the rest of the evening. Titcombe sends it long.
It's inside.
Again, another decent, composed end-over-end clearance. And Loughborough will get the chance to go again.
Just here, boys.
Been some good contests in the line-out, so both teams will need to be on it.
So tell us a little bit about Rory then, because he's in for you today, isn't he? It's his first start for the first 15, so his BSR debut. Great moment for him.
Yeah, no, really, really happy for him. He's really worked his way up the club, coming from the 5s all the way to the 1s.
Oh, we love stories like that, and every club has got one. Now Titcombe finds Sanders. Sanders couldn't quite release Kildun. It was a bit more like it for Loughborough. Good bit of invention. Fergus Dick up to the 10-metre line. Titcombe wants it. Options both ways. A lovely dummy, but no offload available, so Kildun, the first man there. Nathan Pope. Good shot on Wardell. Physical in midfield from Nottingham. That's what they're going to need. That's Scopes. Oh, another turnover, but
You start fine, but 12 has to roll.
Yeah, it didn't look like there was a release there.
I think Lewis Pickford was okay. It was Jamie Anand who didn't release. But they're keen over the ball, this Nottingham team, aren't they? Always looking for those jackals.
12 not rolling.
Yeah, we're always looking to slow that rock down.
Long way down for you.
Yeah, every time I go for a jackal, it's pretty embarrassing, so I've tried to stop it.
Cheers, Tim. On the edge, please, boys. Okay, on the edge of the line. Keep the space, lads.
This will be a real test here. Luff obviously got a good maul, so been working on diffusing that a bit. Let's see if it works.
First journey into the 22 for the visitors. Joe Plunkett sends it long and it's gone loose, but it's come back to Bryn Davies. Oh, big shot on Davies as well. Big shoulder, let's Nottingham set up. Mink Shurink.
Not on the ball!
Ben Smith waits, slow ball, and they skip him out and send Alex Wardell in instead. Stacked to the right here, Loughborough, Tobias Monday.
Oh, shot.
Tell you what, they're dishing it, these Nottingham boys. But Loughborough come again through Mink Shurink, who's driven backwards. Massive effort here from Nottingham. It's a lung-busting effort as well. Bryn Davies, the latest to go, and another huge shot on the front rower. Alfie Scopes. There's a chat there with Ben Wood. High shot's been called, and that's a good shot from Rory Flack. Free go at it here then for Tom Miles. And a little tip on as well to the hooker Plunkett. Still playing on advantage. Tipped on by Charlie Titcombe. Loughborough building momentum, but how many more phases will Ben Wood let him go? Titcombe out of the back, thinks about the kick, but instead finds Sam Kildun. He steps inside, he's wrapped up. Great tackle from Moyes. And Nottingham just about hanging on until Ben Wood stops the attack. Tobias Monday runs straight into the man in the middle. And Nottingham survive, and this is a really interesting decision for Loughborough now.
No advantage, offside.
Yeah, it's tough to see what they'll go with, because that was a pretty solid defensive effort. So, yeah.
Well, physicality-wise, it went up a notch, didn't it? We've seen some shots in the middle of the park, but defending the 22 for their lives and really dishing it on big men as well. Mink Shurink, Alex Wardell, Fergus Dick, all got tasty shoulders. And Loughborough opting for the scrum, which is a gamble, but a calculated one.
I think that's, well, from what we've seen so far, a pretty good decision from them.
They trailed 3-0. The penalty after 12 minutes.
I'll count them, boys.
Loughborough now.
Let's go.
Back up to 15. Speaking of 15, Reece Malone stood there behind the scrum, supporting Charlie Titcombe. Then it's 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Sanders and Nathan Pope to the right, Aaron Pope and Reece Malone to the left.
This is where I'd hate to be a back. I've absolutely no idea how you defend this.
Oh, it looks like so much ground to cover, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So much ground, but first things first, Nottingham need a solid scrum. It is a better one this time, and Loughborough go up the right-hand side, then switch direction. Here's Reece Malone. Takes it to the line. Is that high? Yes, says the referee. It's a lazy arm there from Lewis Barrett. Not malicious, just got caught out with the footwork.
It's always high, the contact to the neck.
Well, contact to the neck. James Cherry stands there with his hands on his hips and asks Ben Wood the question.
The 5, please, lads, on the 5.
But Lewis Barrett is going to spend 10 in the bin.
That's a shame. He's a big presence on the pitch, so going to have to hold out with this 10
On the line,
minutes.
please, lads, okay.
He's been very physical, isn't he? He's abrasive.
Yeah.
Just looking down to our left, plenty of Loughborough supporters as well have made the short journey north. Big chance now, Joe Plunkett. Last time Loughborough fluffed their lines. This time they go to the middle. They set them all.
You've stepped off, you've backed off.
It's another penalty. These infringements are racking up now.
Line out.
So if you're not going to challenge at the line out, the key is not to step out of the line out, isn't it? It's to stand your ground.
Open, you can't step off. Okay.
And then if Loughborough shift the ball back, then it's a free kick to Nottingham. But if you step out of the line out, it's a penalty to Loughborough, and that's what we saw there.
Okay, thank you. Time's back on. Hold behind the line, lads, behind the line.
Plunkett goes again. It's scruffy, but it's back with Plunkett. And Loughborough knocking on the door. This is as close as they've been. Mick Sharink still driving the leg. Sharink, he stopped a metre short. Plenty of bodies there. Fred Marr looking to make the tackle. And makes a dominant tackle as well. Loughborough lose a metre, but keep the ball. Bryn Davis, good bit of late footwork. But again, he's driven back. This is brutal defending from Nottingham, but it is lung-busting defending. Miles has a look. Loughborough flood to the left, but keep it short. Over the line. Is it grounded? Yes, it is. They knock and knock and knock, and in the end, there's nothing Nottingham can do. First try of the match goes Loughborough's way. Tobias Monday touches down, and Loughborough lead for the first time.
Yeah, pretty relentless from them. Didn't expect to be let off at any point, so can't let them into our 22.
Let's watch the man with number 8 on his back there. Still a bit of work to do.
Just on the 15, please.
Just those boys flooding left, just perhaps creating a little bit of space. Just asking a few questions of those Nottingham boys who wanted to commit to that tackling close in. Compound penalties, you're always going to struggle there.
Yeah, the 22 is a hard place to defend because you're always sort of expecting a penalty to come.
Agree.
So Titcombe, when he's got his kicking boots with him, he is very impressive indeed. But sometimes if he misses one, he has a tough night off the tee. He's pretty steady so far, ball in hand. 20 minutes gone here at Lady Bay. Nottingham 3, Loughborough 5. This to add the extras. Kicking towards the members' tent. Oh, he's sliced it. Not a great strike. It's a 2-point game. Nottingham 3, Loughborough 5. No, 20 minutes in. Couple of yellow cards, 1 try. Decent arm wrestle.
Yeah, it's been a great contest so far. Very, very back and forth. So, sort of chance to reset here and go again.
Does feel like the kind of game though where Nottingham will have opportunities, but Loughborough will probably dominate territory. It feels as though Nottingham are going to need to take those opportunities as if and when they present themselves.
Yeah, I was sort of saying with Loughborough, they never really go anywhere. They're in the game for the full 80, so if you have an opportunity, you have to take it.
Okay, hold in front, take him back, hold Alfie. Thank you.
Dropped over the shoulder by Allen, but he'll return it with interest.
Backwards. Thank you.
Titcombe underneath it. Looks steady. Spotted a gap as well. Where's this going to bounce? Furley, vice-captain tonight.
Stop. 12, 2. Thank you.
Again, when this kick tennis ends, as that is a horrible spiral bomb. Oh, and that is exactly what he wanted. But I tell you what, Max Brown has done well in the end because he's dropped it, but if he doesn't recover it, that is try time. That is a horrible kick from Charlie Titcombe.
Yeah, I was waiting for that one to come out. So, God, that went high, didn't it?
Scrum down.
Oh, the spiral bomb is an art, and when it's executed like that, it gives back 3 boys nightmares. The question I was going to ask you is, kick tennis like that, how many kicks before you just give up and make it look like you're running shuttles, but really you're just waiting?
I don't think I'm allowed to say I give up. Yeah, I think the better question is how many until I lose my bearings and just get confused.
Break feet up, okay? Break feet up.
Well, just look at the movement, look at the footwork here.
Last time good, gents, okay?
Keep Max Brown, who's good under a high ball. He plays fullback for a lot of his rugby, but reaching for that all the time.
Yeah, that's just unfair.
Crouch! Binds!
So nobody on the short side here for Loughborough. They've got Reece Malone behind the scrum. Everyone else on the open side. In it comes from Miles. And there's the try scorer, Monday. Titcombe. Oh, the pump pass is beautiful. Finds Aaron Pope. Just delaying the pass to find the soft shoulder. Good hands here from Loughborough. Sanders over there on the far side. He's wrestled to the ground. I think one positive from Nottingham is some of their dominant collisions have been excellent. Oh, there's another one. Bryn Davis is dished up by Pickford. Now Titcombe. Out of the back it goes to Aaron Pope. Nathan Pope thinks he spotted a gap, but then Cherry comes and chops the legs from underneath him and wins the turnover.
12 holding. Thank you.
Scramble defence there from Nottingham. Exemplary James Cherry with the chop tackle. That forward pack working as a unit.
Important piece of set piece here to get us back on track, really.
On the edge. Thank you. Edge of the
We're
paint.
approaching
Yeah,
15 minutes to go until half time. Just a reminder that our clock is pretty close in
Let's
with
go,
the referee's watch, but it's not perfectly linked in. So if it's still 3-5 and it ticks over to 80, don't get too excited, because there might be a little bit of time left for Nottingham to get back into this game, or for Loughborough to add more points, or in this case for Lewis Pickford to find his man. 5 in the line out for Nottingham.
Move.
It's clean, there's no contest, and the maul goes to work. Looks good as well.
Again.
So
Stay
Lewis
down,
Pickford,
don't change.
Monday told not to move, and they go up the short side. Really heavy carry from Pickford. Ben Smith's over it. Ben Smith wins the turnover this time. Oh, and away goes Bryn Davis. Oh.
In front of the mark.
Interesting decision there. They're doing pretty well on the maul. I don't know why they split up.
Loose heads tapping and going. He's been brought back, but I am all for that.
Agree, he was rolling over.
Yeah, I love a tap and go.
Yeah, I think Pickford, his eyes lit up there when he saw the scrum half Tom Miles, didn't it? He thought, I'm running straight over the top of you.
Yeah.
But when you said good punch there, tell us what the punch means. Is that the first movement where you really get the momentum in the maul?
Yeah, so that's that sort of initial impact. You know, if that first hit isn't a good one, then you're not going anywhere. So you got to make sure that first hit has got a good punch.
Full stand. Probably enjoying this excellent contest, and it's full around the boards as well. Now Plunkett, a little bit of space here, attacking the seam. That's Nathan Pope coming back on the angle. Timpson over the ball.
Great work there.
And that's a really hard place to defend, that seam as well, isn't it? You've got to be perfect, and Timpson was.
Thank you. 12 holding.
Chance to go again here. That was quite a positive bit of set piece there. Again, just need to make sure we're sort of all clear on what the plan is.
Tell you what, that's landed on top of the commentary
Thanks,
box.
Tim.
I've done a lot of games at a lot of levels. I've never had one in the box yet. Maybe tonight's the night. We are right on the halfway line. It's a definite possibility. A definite possibility. That's not a real thing. Either way, coming up to half an hour. Really intriguing East Midlands derby. Not a lot of opportunities. Back rows playing really well. Turnover ball scrambling, disrupting the momentum. And this man, Lewis Pickford, looked pretty good with his darts. But it's not straight, and that's always the risk when you go to the back.
It was a shame. Good high from Pickford there. Pretty unlucky.
Not quite.
So Barrett, just in the bottom left of your screen, he's warming up, ready to come back on.
Looking very antsy.
I think both teams will probably be pleased with how they've dealt with going down to 14. Loughborough conceding 3 points, Nottingham conceding 5. Could be a lot worse.
Yeah, definitely.
Of course, tonight is the Oddballs match. If you're not familiar with the Oddballs Foundation, do please Google it. We spoke to Tom earlier. He's the rep from Loughborough, but there are reps all around the universities. And he's already said it, so he's broken the seal. Lads, check your balls.
Check your balls.
Reset, thank you. Cross side.
Again, it goes down on the side of Marr and Bryn Davis.
Okay, we're going to come infield, boys. Going to come field, I'm going to come round as well.
Coming in field there, so that takes it just inside the 50, which does leave quite a big blind side.
Yeah, same to both, I think. Just way up over your feet then, okay? Set high, yeah.
And James Cherry there, just asking the referee if that's the yellow
James,
card
you're
done.
gonna keep it slow, okay? Good height.
Keen to get Baz back on.
Crouch!
And no one on the short side for Loughborough. Plenty of options though for Titcombe. He's got Sam Kildun loitering with intent on his inside shoulder. And now the scrum starts to wheel. Oh, this is great force from Loughborough, but no infringement from Nottingham yet. Oh, it's a brilliant carry though. There's the try scorer Monday into the 22. Tom Miles picks out Sharink.
And away!
He's met these big Loughborough forwards really struggling for gain line. Alfie Scopes, the latest to have a go. He's met by the green wall, and they change direction. Left foot nudge inside. It's Bryn Davis chasing it. Sam Kildun there as well. Who's that come off?
Thank you. It's gone all the way dead. Back for the 22.
Well, it was nervy from Moisey there just to leave it. Could have resulted badly, but it's worked out well.
I mean, it's gone well in the end, but these boys out there, they're cool, calm and collected. Because if you panic there and make a mistake, it can cost you 5 points, it can cost you territory, but huge credit to Moyes. One of the bedrocks that this Nottingham team is built upon.
Yeah, massive space cadet bit, but very good on the rugby pitch.
All stay behind, lads.
Oh, the great news is that's on the live stream forever now.
To be honest, I think I said in a couple of games before, so I don't know if I'm the first.
Up it goes. Kildun to give chase. Who's that come off? Either way, it's gone backwards, so Moyes dives on it. Another good decision from him, but he's under pressure from Sanders.
14 off feet.
Oh, and Sanders snatches at it. He's off his feet, and Nottingham get away with it again.
Hands on the floor.
But the Titcombe bomb is horrible to defuse.
Yeah, causing more troubles.
Well, Will Sanders.
Nice and easy let out that.
Well, he played for Saracens a couple of weeks ago, and I wonder if he had a chat with Owen Farrell, because he's just conceded 10 metres for back chat there.
Okay, we'll change it.
No comment. Oh, that's a good kick.
And we find ourselves looking right, and it feels like a little while since we've done that. Territory, territory for Nottingham.
Yeah, Alfie, we agreed before.
And the lineouts look pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah, we've been doing well so far. Obviously that one not straight, but holding out.
Well, we could do with a couple more tries before half-time, Robert, because we've got to talk through the highlights. And when we're not talking through the highlights, we've got to have a conversation. So it'll be a heck of a long conversation if there's not more for us to pick through in the game.
Yeah, that's a good point.
What do you want to talk about?
Help there.
What's your first game for 20s? It's the Stoop, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's Scotland next week. So that'll be really cool.
And then you're in North Wales, aren't you? You're at Colwyn Bay to play them.
Yeah.
Where are the other home games being played?
I think it's Gloucester and Bath.
It's very cool, isn't it? To be fair, they're all the grounds you play at in Buck Super Rugby these days as well. Kingsholm and the Rec. There are opportunities for the boys. In fact, they're away at Sandy Park in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's a game we're really excited for. I think we're staying over next to.
Oh, hello. Hello. That'll be good fun. Is that the 15th?
Not too sure.
Right, Tom Miles. Much more solid scrum from Nottingham. And then Titcombe. Sends it end over end.
Touch, take him back!
Not the cleanest of clearances, but an important one.
I think it's been taken back because it was touched, so.
The kick was touched.
Line out right in the 22.
That's brutal. Just look at this crowd, though. We've talked about the full stand, but they're lining the boards here.
James, the kick
this
was
is
touched,
brilliant.
so it's taken back in, straight out.
Yeah, it is. We were saying earlier, like, it's good to have a game under the lights because no clashes with the other games, so we can probably get a good support down.
On a Friday as well, you know. Short walk to town from here. Rock City tonight? Let me go on a Friday.
I don't go out.
Showing my age as Loughborough go to the maul. Starts to work well too, but it's told once, and now they're going to have to use it. Or are they? Loughborough still going, marching towards the line. Over the line. It's try number 2, and Loughborough bully their way over. Joe Plunkett adds the second score, and it's Nottingham 3, Loughborough 10.
Thanks, Tim. Got them up. Cheers.
Good work from Loughborough there. Just as I say, they keep that pressure on, and then team just breaks and they get their try. So
I can't with it.
really need to fight our way back into this game because they're not going to go anywhere.
Sometimes it's undefendable, isn't it?
They can't be in front of the ball.
Take another look at this now. The initial work from Nottingham was good. They were told to use it once, but then it just broke up. Nottingham came up the right-hand side, didn't they? And got those boys chasing back there, Stanton, Cherry, but so difficult. Titcombe. None from one so far. Five minutes till half-time. Titcombe ekes out every second. And puts that one across the face, so it's still a one-score game. Nottingham very much still alive, but being starved of opportunities. 5 minutes to go till half-time. Nottingham 3, Loughborough 10.
Really need to grind out this last couple of minutes of the first half.
Time to run, Nottingham.
So Connor Moyes out here on the edge, looking like he wants to chase, but instead they go left. Looked like everybody was offside, but they're going to get away with it. Oh, that's been dropped. There are going to be some sore bodies tomorrow, aren't there? Because the Nottingham boys have been dishing it in midfield, but again, those penalties.
One hands in front, elbows on the floor.
Frustrating.
Yeah, that is annoying. Big point for us was that discipline because Loughborough have got a good maul and a good kicker, so that is just a disaster when it comes to penalties.
Cheers, Tim.
On our near side, I'm not sure if he's going to swap sides at half-time. Look at the shape on the AR down here. He is absolutely massive.
Yeah, you've had him ref a lot of our games. Very good ref, and yeah, probably one of the biggest people on the pitch.
Not this one, the other one. On the near side. He does his chin-ups, doesn't he? Wide arm and everything.
Yeah, total beefcake.
Let off for Nottingham.
Option. James, option.
Yeah, another little let off. We're going to start
Scrum down.
making something of these, though. The triceps that normally catch my focus.
Yeah. They're like, what size shirt do you take? Are you a large? He's like, oh,
overhead then, boys, please. Look at the marks here,
yeah.
Yeah, he's vacuum packed into that, isn't he?
Well, I don't know how big they make the ref shirts normally. So.
Look at him. There he is, getting his moment, embarrassing us all. Also, he could have worn long sleeves tonight, couldn't he? It's absolutely freezing.
But he doesn't need to.
No.
Set to the left, okay.
Peak physique. Anyway, back to the rugby. Man crushes to one side.
Boys, lads, calm down, let's play, okay.
Couple of minutes till half time, just slowed up a bit. Just giving us the opportunity to talk about the AR. The referee's done a decent job though, the man in the middle, Ben Wood, told the players exactly what he wants, especially around scrum time. And after a shaky start, Nottingham have responded well. 2 penalties to Loughborough in the first 2 scrums, but since then, even when they've been a back row down, a tiny bit of parity, but that's the best bet. Because this time they send it skywards. Here's Reece Malone underneath it. Kicks that one from a standing start. And now can Nottingham counter-attack. Smart kick from Allen, just drills it into space, didn't really have an option.
Nearly got the charge on there.
And a decent kick. Wanted the bounce for the 50-22, but that's a 50, 60 metre.
Again, just keeping that pressure on Loughborough.
Yeah, territory has been a real struggle for Nottingham. Loughborough winning the kicking battle. And that kicking battle, that just suits Loughborough a little bit better, doesn't it? When it gets scrappy in midfield, when Nottingham can get hands on the ball, that's when they've been able to apply some pressure, win some penalties. They spent too much time from their perspective in this part of the pitch.
Yeah, a lot of time on that 22.
Pickford. Now goes to the front. It's smooth again. Well-oiled machine, this Notts line-up, as has Loughborough's been after a couple of loose
Stay
ones
down,
from
stay
Plunkett
down.
early on.
Good maul again.
You're fine now. Okay, once.
In goes Fergus Dick to try and disrupt. And hands over the top as well.
Okay,
Nottingham
use it
need to be
now.
careful here. Oh, Marr does well. Just to snatch
Close
it out.
on that.
Hold, back.
So that's Barrett.
Back foot, lads. Behind.
Big Bad Baz, as you call him.
Sausage.
Okay, stay behind Nottingham.
Slow ball here, so Mortimer is going to send it up. Scopes was sniffing around it. Kildunn's underneath it.
Scrum
Good
advantage.
pick up by Malone.
Thank you.
That's a good shot on Nathan Pope.
Thanks, Ron.
The elder of the two brothers, Nathan. Aaron outside in first year student.
Lads, we're going to come back for the knock-on. Going to come back for the knock-on. Thanks, Tim.
A nice long knock-on advantage. You don't get to see those too often.
Cheers, thank you.
Our clock has clicked beyond 40 minutes. The referee
I've
took
just
a
got
look
time
at
on my
his. Oh, and that is time, he's
We had a
just
small
said. So
time off down there, so that's good.
I wonder if we might see a first phase here from Loughborough to try and get something on the board just ahead of half-time.
It's back and left.
Personally, I'd go for the halfway drop goal.
Set left then, boys, please. And up, let's go.
Rip
Set
it
left,
out
because, yeah, set
to a
left.
6'10" lock so we can put the right boot through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Have you ever scored one in competitive rugby?
Not competitive rugby, no.
Okay.
I did used to be a 10.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Bind!
The old Thibaut Flamand route.
Set!
If one more person says to me, did you know he used to play 10 for Loughborough? I'll be like, yeah, sure. Here they come though, Loughborough. Sam Kildunn trying to weave his way through, but he's met by Jamie Anand.
Advantage.
Oh, just can't get out of the way. I think that's tough on Anand, but it does mean that Titcombe gets to have a go. Can't quite get the chicken wing offload away.
So good place for a penalty for Loughborough as well if it does come back.
And it goes to the right-hand side. It's not super clean, but it's still with the visitors. Will Sanders.
Lads, I can't play through 7-side entry. We're going to come back for not rolling.
What's the choice here then? Scrum, corner, posts?
Hard to say. Well, obviously them all looked good last time, but might just want to finish the half with 3 points.
Thank you.
Well, Titcombe will be keen to get his account open for the night. He's 0 from 2 off the tee. The 2 conversions, tries from Monday and Plunkett. Nottingham opened the scoring. Mortimer penalty. They are going for the corner, and that is a confident nudge from Titcombe as well.
Thank you.
Doesn't get much better than that.
Thank you. On the line, lads.
As I say, good kicking, good maul.
Move!
And they go for the maul again. Loughborough in search of try number 3. Decent counter.
Don't change,
Initial
don't
defence,
change.
can they keep it on?
Don't change.
But they're committing bodies here, Loughborough. It's gone once, but it went once last time and they still managed to
Down
score.
by left, ball is available.
First phase defended. Now it's time for some more of those big shots. Fergus Dick
Off feet.
looking to get some quick ball.
Back foot.
Another good carry. Nottingham scrambling. Alex Wardell has a dart. Sharink driven sideways again. Nottingham defending pretty much to stay in the game. A pick, a go, over the line. Knocked forward, and Nottingham survived. Right on the brink of half-time. That is huge defence for Nottingham.
One away.
They've spent a lot of time in their own 22 in this first half, but they are still just a score behind. One penalty for them. Both teams have been down to 14 tries for Monday and Plunkett. And in this fascinating East Midlands derby, 2 teams who like to play free-flowing rugby. That is the exact opposite of what we've seen. It is hard, it is cold, it is brutal. And it is in the balance at half-time. It's University of Nottingham 3, Loughborough Students 10. Well, as they run into the sheds, and there was a real spring in the step of the Notts boys there. I think Loughborough will be pretty pleased that they're ahead. I think Nottingham will be pretty pleased that they're still in the contest. Rob Carmichael, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, I think we look pretty happy holding them out at the end there. Lots of good stuff from Nottingham in that half. Like, there's some really good defence, but as I say, Loughborough just pile on the pressure. So unless we sort of give ourselves a platform to play, they're just going to keep coming at us, and there's only so much you can do.
Well, let's talk about decision making then. Starting with Loughborough, what have you thought about what they've done in the key areas of the field?
Well, as I say, Loughborough just sort of well-oiled machine. Like they stay in the game, good kicking, good mauls. They just sort of do things right and don't do a lot wrong.
And as for Nottingham, bright start, and they had the first couple of visits into the 22. Weren't really able to get anything from it, but they've certainly played with bravery, haven't they? But just in the wrong parts of the pitch.
Yeah. So that a lot of the defence looked good there. But yeah, again, good bits of attack, but you're going to have a platform to build off, and just need to get those bits of set piece right.
Well, not a lot of tries for us to go through, but let's have a look at some of the standout moments from that first half. A couple of tries and a penalty. This was the first penalty. Sweet strike as well, and we all love to see a goal kick in 9. Yeah, nudge. And that was just dessert, wasn't it? That was off the back of a Fred Marr turnover penalty, and I think that is something that Nottingham will be very pleased with, those Jackals. But Loughborough just knocked on the door for so long. Talked about their maul, but they were really committed here. It was almost a carbon copy of what happened at the end of the half, but players just going for it. What have you spotted there?
Just from the 8, like little things you talk about is he's just sort of he's pushed Fred Marr out of the way on one of those rocks, and those little gaps around the rock, just sort of pushing a player out of the way is what can lead to some of these tries.
And it was Tobias Monday, the number 8, who you just picked on.
Exactly.
He was
so
the one who ended up going over.
Yeah, getting people out of the way or messing up their defence a little bit can just lead to a try.
And this was the maul, the undefendable maul. It was touched down by Joe Plunkett. And I tell you what, we're going to have a chat in a minute. But before that, let's cast our eyes on the 3-time national champions, the cheerleaders, the Nottingham Knights. So the Nottingham Knights are going to continue with the performance. Apparently they used to recruit from the Rugby League club, but they've not approached you to have a go at the cheerleading?
No, I can't do that.
I'll tell you can. Heavyweight boxer, perhaps future world champion and Olympic silver medalist Joe Joyce. He used to be a cheerleader. But anyway, back to the rugby. I'm going to try and get some compliments for yourself out of you, because you've really played down your achievements so far this season. But you're in a group of players for England under-20s, boys who've already played in the Championship, in the Premiership, people with massive futures, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks you're going to have the honour of putting on the red rose. It's special, isn't it?
Yeah, it is really exciting. To be honest, I only moved back to the UK a couple of years ago, and I would not expect to be in this position, so I'm just really, really excited to do what I can.
So you didn't fancy Hong Kong then?
No, I'd love to play for Hong Kong. Yeah, that's my sort of home bit. As I say, very, very excited.
There's quite a few links with Buck Super Rugby in Hong Kong, actually. Last count, I think it was 14 countries have been represented. Speak to Simon Cruz about that, because I'm not going to name them all off the top of my head. Let's go through all the questions that everybody wants to know then. Were you expecting to be called up, and how did you find out?
Well, to be honest, it does help to know the coach. And Dickin's son and my little brother play in the same team, so I had that going for me. But yeah, I was quite surprised.
But yeah, I'm just really happy. As I say, loads of kit, which is great. But yeah.
What have the initial meetings been like then? Because I think you go into the proper camp very shortly, but you've all got together, you've played a couple of games already, you played at Loughborough Students a few days ago. Of course, there are boys from a real melting pot of clubs. Do you all get on well, or is it a little bit like, oh, I'm Tigers, you're Quins, you're London Irish? What's it been like?
Well, yeah, I was quite surprised. We all get on really well. And I mean, to be honest, I think a lot of people know each other from playing against each other, playing with each other. But yeah, we've all slotted in really well. We've been playing a lot of really good rugby, little bits to fix up, but really, really exciting and good start.
And of course, the expectation, crikey, what are they up to over there? The expectation for all the teams is to go out there and win games.
Yeah, well, I think, as I say, we are looking pretty good. So I think we put in a good run there, Six Nations. Little things to fix up, but I find that quite good because, as I say, we're playing really well and there's still areas to fix up, so we should do even better.
So I want to try and tick everything off because I'm so excited to see sort of where you end up in the next few weeks and beyond as well. Hopefully it ends up with you getting what you want out of rugby. So you're involved with the Tigers, you play in Bucks Super Rugby, England under-20s as well. Would you like it to be a career? Would you like to give full-time a go?
Yes, I definitely want to go pro, but yeah, there's a long way to go for that. So I'll just sort of see where the next couple of years take me.
These lads are so modest. If he says to me something like stay humble, then I'm not having him commentating on the second half. Let's talk about this group then, because so many people say it, usually not when they're on camera because everyone takes it very seriously, but if it's not fun, there's no point. And you boys look like you're having a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. That's one of the sort of big things I've enjoyed about uni rugby is it's been really fun playing with my mates and stuff, and especially the sort of brand we play at Notts here. It's as I say, very jouet, so a lot of playing, and I quite enjoy that.
How does playing the jouet way suit a 6'10" second rower? Because naturally people are going to make assumptions that you're set-piece monster, scrummaging, line-out, hitting mauls, melting people, but you want to play a bit too.
Yeah, well, as I say, I used to play fly half, so I'm always desperate to try and whip out a crossfield kick or something, and I've got the long arms, so they come in handy.
Let's talk about second rowers then. You're involved with Leicester Tigers. I mean, the first team there obviously exceptional. But in terms of the second rowers that you maybe look up to in the senior game, who are we talking?
Well, it's hard to say. I think Johnny Gray and Maro Itoje, obviously, sort of big names for me. But yeah, I'd say they're my two sort of biggest second row sort of role models, yeah.
And I'm not going to ask you for expectations because I understand that it's a really competitive group and they've probably got an idea of who they want in the first match day team for England 20s. But if you do get the opportunity, how special will it be to actually put the boots on, wear the jersey and get out there and play for England?
Yeah, as I say, I'm really excited. It's a sort of great bunch of people and good coaching as well. So it'll be really exciting and it'll probably be a really, really fun day overall.
What's it been like this season then? Because obviously, you know, you're looking to go up a level, but you're a key part of this group. You're part of the leadership team. You've earned the right to play in Bucks Super Rugby. So how special has that been to go up a level for uni rugby and test yourself against the Loughboroughs and the Baths and the Exeters, etc.?
Well, as I say, uni rugby's been really good fun, and I think Bucks is a good league, isn't it? There's a lot of good players in there who have had like academy experience and stuff like that. So it's been a good step up and just a sort of good place to sort of practice and work on my skills and just get better.
Good luck with England. We are going to get back into commentary for the second half. But this man will hopefully be running out for England under 20s. It's at the Stoop next Friday. Tickets still available. Go and support him and all the Bucks boys who are going to be playing throughout the under 20 Six Nations. The players are on their way back out. Loughborough are already down there. Join us for the second half. We'll be back shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the field the University of Loughborough.
Big second half coming up. Loughborough students out of the tunnel first, leading by 7 points, scoring 2 tries. But make no mistake, this one is in the balance. Robert Carmichael joining us. Let's wheel out a couple of commentary cliches. Next score, very important.
Ooh, I think, oh, it's hard not to be biased here. I do think we'll fly out at the start of the second half, but I could be very wrong.
You know Paul Westgate, you know James Cherry, you know the leadership group. What do you think the messages will have been in the sheds at half-time?
I think the key one is just, look, we don't need to doubt ourselves. We've really fronted up this first half, so sort of just trust the process.
The physicality has been really impressive, and I think people who've perhaps not watched Nottingham as much as others might think that in the forward pack, in those physical battles, might be where they can get the edge on the newcomers, but they've certainly gone shoulder to shoulder with Loughborough inside the 22. Let's see if that's taken anything out of the tank ahead of this second half. Let's also hope that Ben Wood has turned his microphone on, because I couldn't hear it then. But either way, Max Brown pulls the trigger. The second half's underway. All right, we'll have to pass the message on to the stacked AR over on the far side to get the referee to turn his microphone on so we can hear the dulcet tones of Ben Wood as Nottingham bring that up just shy of halfway. And then Rory Flack.
Good carry there from him.
Yeah, he does carry that heavily, doesn't he? Miss out Lewis Barrett. Is that forward? No, says the ref. So Furley can dance his way up over halfway. Now try and find a gap. Lovely ball from Furley. And some dancing feet as well. Fred Marr loves to get his head down. Laws of physics state that he's going to get over that gain line, backed up by Lewis Barrett.
Great carry there.
Strong boy. Oh, lovely line. Connor Moyes working well with Tom Allen. And Nottingham have flown out of the gates in this second half.
Oh.
Big shot. Hooker on hooker. Plank it down. Connor Moyes. And Loughborough hanging on here. Tobias Monday making a great tackle. Now Furley. It's the first time we've really seen this invention from Nottingham. Through the legs it goes from Mortimer. Important to stay disciplined. Brown gets dragged down. So Anand's in there at first receiver. They go to the short side instead. Cherry. Bryn Davis drags him down by the bootstraps. Now Mortimer goes the other way, seems to have run out of ideas, but goes full 360 before Furley wears a shoulder. Van der Fleer.
Oh, another good
resets things. What I've not seen yet is one of those Mortimer passes across the face where he takes out 2 or 3 defenders, but that is a beautiful line, and the inside ball picked up off the toes. Lovely work from Moyes. Great hands. Could it open up here for Nottingham? Drilled out to Whitwell. So much better from Nottingham. First journey into the 22 of the second half. Cuts him back against the grain. Pope with a heavy tackle. Mortimer. Brown. Not a great pass, but Furley can pick up the pieces. Lovely ball. And Nottingham are in. It is game on here at Lady Bay.
I'm psychic.
Ed Timpson hits the line, and not for the first time in the second half. Brilliant from Nottingham. Loughborough hanging on, but you can only hang on for so long. Watch this line from Timpson.
Great work to keep the leg drive on there.
Yes, Sam Kildun was hanging on, but it was the bouncing ball that just made Loughborough jagged in defence, wasn't it? And it was a lovely out to in. Timpson took a step out, then cut back. Brilliant work from the open side. And now the kick to level it. Mortimer from bang in front of the sticks. Here we go. Nottingham 10, Loughborough 10.
Tell you what, that was an interesting attack, because looked to be a little bit of error with the shape from Nottingham, but a lot of really good individual moments sort of made that try. Good carries.
Well, it was speed of ball, wasn't it? It was almost that kind of chaos theory. where you just keep the ball moving, do whatever you can to get quick ruck speed. See teams in the Premiership do it all the time, don't you? Northampton Saints, brilliant at it.
Can they stick in it now, though?
Well, that's the key. First job, couple of minutes in, equalised. They had a great start to the first half, remember, but couldn't get over the whitewash. 8th start at open side for Ed Timpson. He's the most capped 7 this season.
Harry from Black.
Back foot, Alfie. Stay behind.
There's an extra energy to Nottingham
Okay,
tonight. We've had you on the live
Outside.
stream a few times. Just a case of whether it's maintainable for 80 minutes. It's a scrappy ball, but it might have gone forward off Whitwell, but now Will Sanders gets away. Great hands, and Pope bundled into touch. Scramble from Whitwell's a good one. Oh, it's breaking up, isn't it? There's some tired boys out there, and the gaps are going to appear.
Yeah, looks like it.
Mark here, please, 1. Thank you. Lads, hold the space, okay? Hold the space. Let's go, Nottingham.
Important exit this. Gonna be a bit clinical here.
So what do you do here? Do you take it in, slow things down and give some time to Max Brown, or is it straight off the top?
I think line out, more kick.
Decent
Good
start.
drive on there.
Decent maul. Now Mortimer, 5
Okay,
points
1.
to his name.
Winger stay. Use it.
Boxes that a little bit too deep for the chase. Sanders underneath it.
Hit him, James.
Another awkward
A
kick to
wonky
take.
kick.
Oh, it's a good take and a mark called. Nicely done by Mortimer. And that was important as well, because he was scrambling after that, but it was a tiny bit deep.
Yeah, good chance there to sort of reset the game, stop that kick battle for a second, although obviously he's going to kick it back. But.
Time's off, lads. Changes.
Right then. Subs
Changes,
coming up.
It looks like Lavin's going on.
Okay, Tim, we're playing on now. It's too slow. We're playing on. If it goes out, it's their ball. Play on.
Henry Lavin
Time's back
looking like
on.
he's going to come on. James Langston as
Tim,
well.
tell the forward it needs to be quicker, please.
Oh, it's close. So close.
That one nearly came in.
Next time.
Okay, thank you. 6 and 3rd.
Oh, and you're going to catch it, mate. You've got better hands than me. Here they come then. So Fergus Dick off, Henry Lavin on, former Leicester Tiger.
Hold the
James
space,
Langston,
okay? Hold
who
the space.
regular watchers of Bucks Super Rugby will know that he joined me in the commentary box earlier in the season. England students back, recovered from a pretty bad hamstring injury. So always great to see players back on the pitch. So Langston being one of them.
He's a good addition, Lavin. He's very good at making a mess, disrupting teams.
Yeah, take him back, great.
Change of direction.
No 50-22 on.
Yeah, 50-22, there's still a great kick. That turns Mortimer. Just swings the boot and hooks it out. Probably had another second, not much more. But that's a rare lack of composure from him, because he's generally a really safe pair of hands.
Yeah.
Numbers left, bro. Bye, boys.
Nottingham back on the edge of their own 22.
Yeah, Loughborough again sort of working back to this 22 position.
Into the middle it goes, and into the maul it goes. Joe Plunkett, in fact, it goes out quickly, and that's Lavin with a first carry. Squirted out.
Play on.
It's been pinched by Timpson, the try scorer.
Advantage.
Brown
That's a
kicks
big
that.
boot.
Advantage over for the knock-on.
Reece Malone. Thinks he's seen a gap at the edge, and he might just have as well. Beats the first shoulder, takes Loughborough up to the 10. Oh, what a shot! That
Van der
is
Fleer.
brutal from Archie Van der Fleer. We're
Archie.
about 100 metres from that, and we heard it.
Take him back.
Well, that one skewed off the side of the boot. Sanders underneath it. He does really well.
That's right, Joel.
Under the spiral bomb that wasn't made for him. Langston has to clear out. Hands on it from Whitwell. Oh, he was unlucky.
Second longer.
Out the back it goes to Titcombe. Now, Reece Malone. Suggestion of a forward pass, but no, says the referee, and Kildun wants to put the afterburners on. Serious wheels when he gets going.
Good work there from Moyes to make that read and get across. Obviously lost a bit of ground, but there's no try there.
pace has gone up a notch, hasn't it? Really frenetic from both sides. Nathan Pope, the latest to take it in. Sanders calling for it on this near side. Lavin hanging out there as well. Langston. Great gas from Langston. And Brown makes an important tackle. It was a difficult pass to Sanders.
Another turnover.
And Nottingham turn the ball over. I think if Langston's been on for 5 more minutes, he gives that ball, but your first carry.
Absolutely rapid there.
Yeah, he's a quick boy. Interested to see how many of these lads on both teams get called up for England students. They played France at home. It's going to be away this year. Oh, it's well kept in.
Well done there.
Really well kept in.
Back!
And Titcombe has to punch it down the tram line. Long barrier from Mortimer. Max Brown whizzes it off the left hand. And Allen just looks so quick. Now creates some space over on the right-hand side. Nudged in behind from Moyes. Can he gather it? Not this time. But it's a great chase and Loughborough under the pump.
Wow. Listen to the noise.
That's a huge moment from Nottingham. That is Derby Day rugby. Finding the edge. Moyes putting the hammer down. Runs out of space. Puts in a lovely kick. Watch this, coast to coast here, left to right for Nottingham.
I mean, that's the kind of play we do at training every Monday night, and it's always a drop ball on the wing there. But it's great to see that pass coming off in game.
It was a good chase back, wasn't it? Sam Kildun got there first. But the ball's spilt. Look at the chase.
One. Look, we'll let the medics see.
And look at the celebrations as well.
Yes, I know, but I just need you to calm down for me, okay?
And there are a couple of Loughborough boys slowing the game down here. Now, I'm sure they are injured, but the players receiving medical attention will be doing everybody else a favour, because Loughborough hanging on here. Nottingham absolutely fizzing here at Lady Bay.
Okay. Time is on.
Teddy Leatherbarrow there with his hands in his pockets. And pretty injury prone, but a fantastic talent. As Nottingham go for one off the training
ground. A
ground.
little trick play there hasn't quite worked out.
Down by Nottingham.
Yeah, Loughborough deal with it well, but Nottingham with a decent platform. Oh, but Loughborough smother it. And one team goes, the other responds, and this is a fantastic contest.
Down by Nottingham.
Great game this.
All unplayable. Lost the ball.
Freddie Vaughan's getting warmed up on the sideline. We get to see him get on.
Tell us about Freddie Vaughan.
He brings a lot of energy at training sessions. He's a good fun player to have in the team.
Yeah, he's played 7 games at inside centre, but he's covered the wing as well, so he's not shy of some gas. Jed Allen looking to replace the tight head Fred Marr as well.
Let's go, Nottingham, please, quickly. Crouch! Bind!
Tom Miles, in it goes. Big scrum for both sides. A more solid scrum for Nottingham as well, so Monday has to pick and go. He's met.
Yeah, good 7.
Tackle by Timpson.
Away now, 3! Okay, back foot, lads. Nottingham back foot.
An exit. They look pretty composed, though.
Stay behind, Chaser.
They're not to be rushed. And up it goes from Miles. Keeps it in play, which is an interesting choice given how much these Nottingham boys like to run from deep. That's Tom Allen. Great feet from Allen. The inside ball's a good one, and Mortimer just about keeps hold of it. That was Brown in at scrum half. Barrett gets swallowed up. Fred Marr. Oh, he's met, but rides the challenge really well. That was Bryn Davis. Out of the back it comes. Tom Allen looks so sharp. Whitwell. Oh, they look to miss him out and find Furley. Missed the both of them. You can see what Whitwell's trying to do. And here is Freddie Vaughan coming on.
Time off. 3 and 12 changes.
And Jed Allen coming on. His final appearance for the club as well. PhD commitments getting on top of him, so it's his 25th cap and the final time he'll stride out in the green and gold. And he'll be looking to really put his stamp on this game one last time.
Pretty tragic. To be fair, he did do the old fake retirement. Said Swansea would be his last game, but obviously that was cancelled, so he's here now. But yeah, he will be missing the team.
Move.
Alex Wardell gathers that. Jed Allen already being a real pain.
Now leave it.
Well, Nottingham think they pinched that, but Loughborough has somehow managed to recycle it. Bryn Davis roly-polies forward.
Stay behind.
And then Miles really took on Stanton there. Whitwell tried to throw the dummy. Not sure that was the wisest of moves. Not sure if you can tell this wherever you're watching around the world, but there is serious energy here for Nottingham in every carry. As Max Brown sends it skywards. That has gone so high, up above the lights. Oh, it's been knocked forward, and that might be a penalty.
Offside.
Nathan Pope snaffles the loose ball, but he's in front of the man who dropped it.
He's offside.
Kickable?
I think it is kickable for
Shot to go.
Mortimer or Brownie, but to be honest, I think our line-out's been looking alright, so I might go there.
No, sorry, it wasn't, yeah, not the same move. Sorry.
Looks like they're going for the 3 though.
Well, they've gone for the 3, and it's an opportunity to take the lead for the second time. The third time the lead will have changed hands.
Okay.
And that'll be 10 unanswered points in the second half, and a dominant 15 minutes.
Tell you what, this is a good contest, this.
We love this league. We love this league. This is
a weird one.
The 3rd place team against the 9th place team, but it's an East Midlands derby. Nottingham looking for their first victory since round 2. They beat Swansea, they beat Leeds Beckett, come close a few times. But it feels as though this Christmas break, this chance to recharge the batteries, stood them in good stead for the second half of the season. Here's Mortimer to put Nottingham into the lead. The kick's good.
Great kick.
Nottingham 13, Loughborough 10. 25 minutes to go, and it is game on at Lady Bay.
Just hold the kick, please. We've got changes.
So changes for Loughborough. So take another look at this. It is high and handsome from Mortimer.
Time to run, Loughborough. Time's back on.
He's got the halfway line in him easy, isn't he?
Looks like it.
Back underway we go. It's been dropped, but Cherry's there. It's going to change at hooker for Loughborough. James Isaacs has come on, another one who's represented England 18s. It is BSR debut this season.
Here outside 9.
Serious change of body shape as well. Used to be 117 kg prop. Now he's dropped to just under 100 to pack down in the middle.
Another bomb.
Asking questions, and Nottingham have the answer. Yards after contact for Tom
good
Allen,
roll.
really good.
Tapping.
He had the measure of that bomb as it's coughed out the side there from Ed Simpson. And there's only one team in this at the moment. Freddie Vaughan gets over the gain line again. Loughborough looking a bit shell-shocked. So Mortimer, another good ball, just knocked on. Backwards, says the referee. I think Nottingham have got away with one there, so Allen can clean up. And there's Sanders. Has he grabbed Allen round the head there?
High passage.
Yes, he has.
Let him run, let him run. Good.
Oh, what a carry!
Bomb.
Henry Mortimer belying his diminutive stature, and it's back-to-back penalties for the home team.
20 entry, hands before hips.
Henry Mortimer's going to be talking about that forever.
Don't see a 9 bump someone off my sheet.
Hands before hips.
Might hurt himself, actually. But that's not something we've seen from him. Against Hartpury, his try assist's beautiful. Sends the ball across 2 or 3, really takes the gamble with perhaps the interception, but asks the question. And the players must love running onto those deliveries. We've not seen that from him this evening. He's not really had the opportunity to. However, his energy, his reliability, barring that one kick that he rushed.
Okay, physio.
As I say, there were 3 or 4 big games last year that we purely won off one penalty that he kicked that the other 10 didn't. So he's been really key part of this team getting to this position.
Okay, lads, water off, please, Loughborough.
2 penalties and 1 conversion for him so far. What is James Cherry asking here?
Not on those. There's no passing for me.
He loves it, doesn't
Just wait for the whistle, please, lads.
He loves
James
it.
Cherry loves rugby.
Mark's just back with me, please.
He's been a great addition to Bucks Super Rugby.
Just back with me, please, man. Thank you.
We had the media day
20, sudden truth.
at the pavilion. And he was the first one there, dressed smart, shaking everyone's hand. Great ambassador for the club. And as we approach the hour, he is leading Nottingham to their best performance in quite some months.
Yeah, definitely.
Nottingham numbers! Numbers, lads!
There are going to be
6.
Exeter and Bath players, supporters, coaches watching this live stream.
James, as we agreed, numbers loud and early for me, okay?
Fully getting behind the Nottingham cause.
Boys, start again, set your space, and you set the meter.
Likewise, there are going to be Swansea and Leeds Beckett supporters saying, come on, Loughborough. Oh, double tops. And it comes out, another good line run.
Scrappy that bit. They've held on to it.
No, he's released.
Kept the ball in again, it's meters after contact. Nottingham winning the physical battle. Oh, not that time though. That is a big shot from the Loughborough engine room. Van der Fleer. Oh, what a ball. Whitwell. He's forced inside. Good tackle from Tom Miles. This time, it's Loughborough who win the penalty.
Number 22 is off his feet and then through.
This is a great game, and I'll tell you why it's a great game. Bryn Davis, the Loughborough loosehead, taps and goes in the first half. Fred Marr making jackal turnovers. Archie van der Fleer, the loosehead, throwing 20-metre passes off the right hand. It's total rugby. 9 scrum halves, Henry Mortimer, bumping people off. It's just a number on your back, lads.
Yeah, it's been a weird game, this, hasn't it?
Has been a weird game, but it's been a great contest. 2 tries for Loughborough. Titcombe missed his kicks, so Loughborough trail. And Nottingham, to be fair, are good for their lead, and they picked that off as well. Van der Fleer finds his front row partner, Lewis Pickford, makes more metres through Titcombe, who gets cleared out and then some. That was Timpson. It's a bit slow for Nottingham, but they're playing in the right areas of the field. Rory Flack, the latest to truck it up. A BSR debut for him so far. Now, where's that gone? It is a foot race, and Langston is the favourite to get there. Cherry chasing back, but he's got his work cut out. Oh, it's knocked on. It is knocked on by Sam Kildun, who has taken it off the fingertips of James Langston, who looked like he was about to gather it and score.
Tell you what, great effort from both teams there. Hunting down that ball.
Leave it now, leave it now.
Serious gas from Kildun, because Langston looked home and hosed. But the bouncing ball.
Okay, scrum advantage over for the knock-on.
Falls Nottingham's way, and now it could open up. There are going to be some serious heavy lungs and legs out there. Worryingly for Loughborough, Sam Kildun was limping there, and that means there's nobody covering.
Good kick that.
So Titcombe is going to have a bit of time here.
20's on.
And just relieves the pressure with a brilliant kick.
Here we go, Loughborough putting it back on now.
Well, incredible, isn't it? Loughborough have not had a sniff in the second half. One loose pass. Nottingham spent so much time in the Loughborough half, in the Loughborough 22. Managed 10 points, but into the last 20 minutes, now they need an exit. Sometimes you just need a player to calm things down, and Titcombe's done exactly that. Lewis Pickford. Serious shift from him. There's another. Oh, he doesn't look like he found another clean dart to Stampton.
Yeah. Tough position now, this.
Not straight.
It's been really fun watching this game with you, calling this game with you, but at some point, about 75 minutes, I'm going to ask you for the man of the match. And there is a fabled story about Exeter versus Hartpury that I'm not going to bore you with because everybody's heard it.
Number 5.
But a man of the match was chosen, and then there was a late score, and the interview was awkward.
Ah, yeah.
4.
Well, it's looking like that could happen in this game here, so.
Yeah.
Just bear that in mind. Conor O'Byrne comes on for Rory Flack. Your thoughts on his 60 minutes or so?
As I say, I'm so happy for him. He's obviously had an injury last term, but he's really, really worked hard to get to this position, and he's put in a good performance.
And Conor O'Byrne coming on. No starts for him this season, but coming off the bench for the 4th time in the last 5 games. Trusted to see out these situations.
Crouch! Bind!
And he's not quite on long enough to get the 2nd win. So he is going to be breathing as much as everyone.
Yeah.
So Loughborough, nobody on the short side.
Wait. Use it now.
Tom Miles finds Titcombe. Drifts across Langston. Out of the back it goes to Pope. Little dink in behind for Kildun to chase. Kildun gathers. Kildun scores.
Good set piece there.
First phase move for Loughborough. The pendulum swings again. It's a 3rd try. It's a 2-point lead. And with 15 minutes to go, Loughborough wrestle the lead back from Nottingham.
As I say, Loughborough don't go anywhere. Like the momentum seemed to be all with Nottingham, and then one mistake and they're back in the lead.
Well, that was so well executed, wasn't it? And Tom Allen, he's quick and he's had a brilliant game, but when Kildun gets the edge on you, he is a tough, tough man to chase down, but well executed by Loughborough. First time we've really seen them cut loose. And cut loose they did. What a score. The 4th time the lead has changed hands. 3-0, 10-3, 13-10, 15-13.
Tough kick this.
Important kick as well, particularly with the way Mortimer's striking it off the tee. It'll take Loughborough beyond the penalty. Goalwards it goes. Flags go up this time. Big moment for Titcombe. Nottingham 13, Loughborough 17. And still 15 brilliant minutes to go. What a derby.
Yeah, this is everything you hope from a derby, isn't it?
Which way you going, my friend?
Harry Rowson coming on for Loughborough. Played for Bristol in the Prem Cup. On a Bristol contract.
Scrum advantage.
Again, Nottingham kicking to compete, but that one just going forward.
Okay, use it, please.
Feels now that the team that keeps their heads will win this game.
Yeah, definitely. Also the team with
Scrum advantage over.
good set of lungs. Nottingham looking to build here again.
Certainly are. That's O'Byrne. It's knocked on and they can't switch off there. Oh, Cam Furley, for a split second there, thought it was Christmas again.
Then just gave up hope.
4 purple. Number 4.
Alex Wardell, former England under-20. He's going to be replaced by Jack Shine, strength and conditioning masters, formerly of Swansea University. Another team who really build into the second part of the season. I think they'll have been disappointed with how the first half went, but a great win for them. 41-0 over Leeds Beckett.
Okay, quick set now, boys. Let's go.
Have you been down to St Helens yet? Have you played there?
No, I've not played there.
No, it's not.
Legendary ground, but it looks like a hanging place to visit.
Quick set,
Yeah,
boys. Let's
sounds
go.
like, well, we've had 2 games cancelled there because of the weather. So,
and I've seen some of the weather they play in there, so it must have been biblical. So a couple of changes in the front row then. What is this going to mean to the way this scrum goes?
Crouch! Binds! Set!
Yeah, really solid scrum again from Nottingham. They have answered
Well
that
done.
question. Titcombe boots the ball with a 50-22, but it holds up in the turf. And Allen can go again. Great carry from him. He looks wiry. Doesn't carry a lot of kilos, does he? But he wins a lot of collisions.
Yeah, he's got really, really good footwork.
Trying to run it from their own 22 here. Might be some space on the edge as well. Oh, but a forward pass. That's the gamble. That is the gamble. And we talked about composure, didn't we?
Yeah, it's a shame. It seems this half Nottingham are really
Thank you.
letting Loughborough into the game with the lack of
Time
discipline.
is off. We've got a player down.
So we've got a little bit of time to go. I'm not going to ask you for your player of the match yet, but on both teams, who's impressed you this evening? Let's have a couple of names for both Loughborough and Nottingham.
Well, I think obviously Titcombe's been kicking very well and really putting Loughborough in a good position. For Notts, I think, well, Tom Allen's been doing really, really well. He's, as you say, a couple of really, really good carries and some nice breaks.
Anyone in the forward pack?
Oh, it's hard to say. They've both been looking really good. Van der Fleer has put some big shots in there and hasn't had many issues at scrum time, it doesn't seem.
30th appearance for Archie van der Fleer. The first team for University of Nottingham.
Time's not going on.
Unlike Moyes, unlike Cherry, he is at the coalface every week without fail. Serious player, serious component in this team. That's the try scorer, Sam Kildan.
Last time better, boys. Okay, keep it high. Yeah.
He'll be happy with that score because his sister Ellie at Harlequins in England seems to be on the RFU's social media every week scoring an absolute screamer, so he's got one back today.
Crouch!
Serious gas in that family.
Binds! Set!
Options both ways then for Loughborough. Another try here would be an absolute hammer blow.
No hook.
Oh, free kick for
Leave the
Nottingham.
ball, leave the
What a
ball.
turnaround.
No hook. No hook.
Bit of a let off that.
You'll be inside, yes. But if you kick to touch, you'll be there, ball. Yeah, it would be inside as long as you kick it inside as well.
I like a bit of rule clarification.
Yeah, that's always good from a ref.
Yeah,
half the time I have no idea what's going on.
But unless you... Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Inside, Tim.
Oh, I thought that was the one.
On the line.
I thought it was coming right into your bread
On the line,
basket there.
lads, on the line.
Alas, 10 minutes to go.
Yes,
Robert
please.
Carmichael checking his phone.
Forward, lads.
Probably on the group chat asking
send
who
them
he
off
should
the
choose
please.
for man of the match.
How'd you know?
Isaacs in the scrum cap. Oh, he's completely overthrown that. Back with Nottingham and Van der Fleer puts it on the throw.
Inside the half.
What a great nudge from Van der Fleer, and he chases and makes the hit. Game-changing moment. Oh, I thought he was over the ball as well, but he's just overcommitted. And he's frustrated with himself because there was so much brilliance there from Archie van der Fleer.
That could have been a 50-22.
Total rugby. It's just a number on your back. The 0 next to the 1 must have fallen off in the wash.
He's back here with me.
Good day for props this, isn't it?
And that is going to be his last contribution.
Oh, good to see Tosin on though. Another one in our team who's been riddled with injuries, but he's a big boy.
Yeah, first time on the pitch for him since Swansea in October. You know, that's a long time out.
Time is off.
Just like Langston before him, just brilliant to see him back out there playing. That's what we want to see in Buck Super Rugby. Boys out there playing, and then in the Women's National League, same with the women. Injury-free, best players, best teams playing against each other, and giving us occasions like we've had here tonight at Lady Bay. Now,
Okay, it's advantage. 18 has changed lines.
fascinating last 10 minutes coming up as well, because Loughborough are going to have the penalty here. However, if it's full time now, it'd be frustrating for Nottingham. However, that losing bonus point could be massive.
Yeah, exactly. Well, look, we're obviously not in the ideal position on the table, but every point is important for us. And
And
even if we didn't come away with a win, this is a performance to be proud of, I think.
And likewise, Loughborough, any win will take them back to the top of the table, but when they've really had to scrap for it tonight, if they can pick up the try bonus, it'll feel like a huge win.
Yeah, that's there, Mark.
So Seb Smith on at loose head. Mink Sharink is still on. What a shift for him. Oh, in fact, it's Smith is going to hooker. Again, added value. Not the best of darts, though.
Scrum advantage.
The bounce of the ball just going Loughborough's way at the moment. Maybe a bit of fatigue for Nottingham, who have run and tackled their lungs out for 70 minutes. Titcombe fumbles it, buys him a bit of time though, looks forward, but Sanders carries on. Chip inside, chased by Miles. Nottingham getting in each other's way, but managing to secure the ball.
Back foot, Loughborough.
Is that Cherry chasing back there? His rugby IQ is very, very impressive.
Yeah,
right.
that's what I've been saying. He dreams about rugby, so his IQ is very good.
Right place, right time. Barrett.
Got to get rid of this ball soon.
Stay behind. Oh, hold, Nottingham. Oh, hold.
No, they kept it in field, and there was a dangerous
a lot of
backfield
space
there.
on that open side there.
Titcombe finds Harry Rosen. Rosen through the middle, rides the first tackle. Great strength. Oh, he's dropped the ball, so a let off for Nottingham.
And they build something here now.
There's got to be some tired boys out there now. This has been so high-paced, frenetic from both teams.
Be a really big impact from the subs.
There's space on the edge here. Cherry needs to give this ball. Maybe lasted a little bit too long in the hands of the captain, but it's galloped forward through Caelan Stanton.
Yes.
Good meters made. Tariba. Oh, great tackle on Tariba. Textbook there from Lavin. Crash ball,
Moise. Moisey.
Take it to the middle. Oh, nice inside ball there.
Advantage, 17 never onside.
Now this is interesting again because
9.
they're playing the advantage here. They could kick for goal, but they might fancy a little bit more. Stanton on the outside. Don't think he's ever going to get there.
No advantage.
Now what's the decision here? There's time on the clock. It's 3 points.
Oh, well, this is a time I'm glad I'm not
Number 17 is never onside.
Oh, what do you do here? I think we're going to back ourselves, go for the corner a bit.
Let's talk through it, right? 6 minutes to go. You take the penalty here, you take, 90 seconds out of the clock. It all but guarantees the losing bonus point. However, you kick to the corner. Few phases inside the Loughborough 22 also kills a little bit of time. You've got to go for it. You've got to go for it. That's what those boys want.
Yeah, Paul Westgate loves his jouet, so.
Well, he might love his jouet, but a catch and a drive and the ugliest, scrappiest maul try you've ever seen would send this place into raptures.
Yeah. I think that's Callan coming on, making his debut, which is good to see. Another player who's really worked his way up the club. He has incredible feet. So.
Where's he going to slot in, do you think?
Looks like he's gone to wing, I think.
Let's go, Nottingham, please.
Imagine if he goes over. It is going to be Will Callan on the edge. First 15 debut, Bucks Super Rugby debut. It's got about 5 minutes.
Loughborough, you're inside if you win. Time is off.
Oh, this is brilliant. What a brilliant game. The lead has changed hands 4 times. Nottingham, Loughborough, Nottingham, Loughborough. 10 unanswered points for Nottingham in the second half. Loughborough 1 try away from a try bonus.
Keep them there, Tim, keep them there.
Nottingham 1 try away from taking the lead.
Guys, team manager. No, look. We need clarity. Look, please. Okay. Look, both teams, we need clarity, one voice, through the AR early, okay?
Ben Wood going over. Speaking to the 4th official. Just a few replacements slowing things down.
Okay.
What are the boys on the group chat saying?
Well, I'm just telling them to raise a noise because I think that could be the difference in these last few minutes. It's just that crowd support.
It is a brilliant atmosphere. It's on the right side for the Nottingham supporters. First job is done. They find the man. They're on the 22 and they go to work.
Stay down,
creeping forward.
Don't change after.
Almost
Break
galloping
away.
forward. Brilliant maul here from Nottingham into the 22 now, with an opportunity to pinch this one from Loughborough at the death. There's Barrett. Backed up by Timpson. More metres after contact. Loughborough over the ball, but driven off it. And Conor O'Byrne's going to offer himself, but Cherry's going to get there first. Relentless from him. Another one from Lewis Barrett. Freddie Vaughan adds his weight.
Have a number, please.
They're man for man here for Nottingham. Out the back it comes. Oh, there were numbers. It had to go. But Loughborough make the tackle. Penalty advantage to come. There goes Burley. Burley a metre short. Nottingham knocking on the door. On the brink of a famous try. And they're over. Freddie Vaughan snatches the lead for Nottingham. Lady Bay explodes.
Look at that.
Nottingham 18, Loughborough 17. Freddie Vaughan crashes through the African Violet line.
The game is by no means done though.
Okay, thank you. 2.5 at the moment.
3.5 minutes to go.
We're going to need the quick.
And this is no less than Nottingham deserve. The energy and the tempo they've managed to find after 76 lung-busting minutes. What a ball to Freddie Vaughan. And that's what we talked about, isn't it? From the base, those beautiful passes that take defenders out.
Talking about it a few minutes
ago.
Let's
go, please, 9.
Oh, Mortimer. This is a huge kick. If this goes over, Loughborough need to try to win. Dissects the uprights. Nottingham 20, Loughborough 17. Ten points off the boot of Henry Mortimer, and how important will those 10 points be? 2 penalties, 2 conversions, a 3-point lead.
Time is off as a change.
Oh,
Okay,
this is gargantuan. This is gargantuan. It's short from Titcombe. Oh, it's volleyball back, and Barrett's there.
No, wait. Yeah, it's off a Nottingham boot.
The brass balls on that boy.
Looks like it's been turned over here.
Oh, it has. And now Loughborough can go. Titcombe.
Oh, shot.
Well, you could throw a blanket over everyone in the midfield. Another good carry from Monday. Got that first half try to get the ball going for Loughborough. And Loughborough on the brink of back-to-back defeats. Remember, they were beaten by Exeter just before Christmas. Went into the Christmas break top of the league, currently sat in 3rd. And they might be leaving.
Tell you what though, as a club we found ourselves in this position quite a few times. Our game against Nottingham Trent last year was the exact same thing. Seconds to go and we're just holding on.
Cherry on Monday. Now is there space on the outside? What's Nathan Pope doing here? Good step inside. That takes a few of the backs out of play though. Oh, it's a good take low down. Really important. Slow ruck speed though, so Nottingham can reset. Titcombe takes it to the line. Lavin's there to clear out. Pretty aggressive clear out as well. Titcombe, space on the outside. Good step inside. Nottingham asking for crossing. Referee having none of it. Tom Miles finds Shine. Into the 22 they go. It's the final phase of the game, and it's absolutely huge.
Back foot.
Titcombe again. Out the back. Reece Malone. And it goes to Will Sanders. He's dragged down. Massive side entry from Loughborough. 79-30 on our clock. What does Ben Wood say?
We still have 40 seconds.
40 seconds.
If you take all the time for the kick and tap it and go out, that will be the game. If they take their time and tap it, that is the game. Yeah.
So they have the option to basically wait out this penalty, tap and go and kick it out. So it looks like this could be the game.
Back here, boys.
Man of the match now.
Oh, this is such a tough one. I've a lot of contenders. Tom Allen, Van der Fleer. Fish has won the game with his kicking. I mean, you got to give it to the big man, Archie van der Fleer. He's worked his arse off in this game.
Archie van der Fleer, the man of the match, but 1-23. Nottingham are back in Bucks Super Rugby. They're mixing it with the big fish. Loughborough were eyeing up the top of the league. Nottingham are eyeing up the playoffs. They have risen from the dead. They trailed at half-time. They battled and battered their East Midlands opponents. And full-time here at Lady Bay, under the lights on a Friday, it is Nottingham 20, Loughborough 17. Robert Carmichael, pull yourself down off the ceiling and tell me how you feel.
I'm going to stay neutral here, I'm commentating. Now this is unbelievable. I mean, we've had so many of these games where it's been down to the wire. I just can't believe that.
Well, do stick with us because we're going to be getting post-match reaction. We're going to be speaking to the man of the match, Archie van der Fleer, and from Paul Westgate, who I'd imagine will be absolutely delighted. What a fascinating game of rugby, because there were periods in the first half where Loughborough looked so dominant at the set piece. They were destroying the Nottingham scrum. Then there was that huge moment just before half-time, defending the line for Nottingham, and then when the half-time whistle went, they fizzed in. They absolutely fizzed into the changing rooms. They came out, they scored the tries, and I think the most impressive thing was then going behind and finding the wherewithal to win that game.
I mean, I want to know what was said at half-time, because that second half performance was outstanding. As you say, especially coming from behind as well.
Well, that is a warning shot for the rest of the league. We're going to take a look at some of the highlights, and then we're going to go pitch side. So do stick with us, because I cannot wait to hear from the man of the match and the coaches. So here are some of the best bits, and there really were some best bits as well. So this was the penalty. Mortimer sending Nottingham on their way, and that seemed to light a bit of a spark in Loughborough, because Nottingham had had a few journeys into the 22, and then they used that pack advantage, didn't they? This was Monday with the first try. You noticed a little potential infringement there.
Oh, I don't know if I'd call it infringement, but it's just that part of the game. Look, it's good work to look. He's taking him off his feet. That's one man out of the game.
And at this point, just looked as though Loughborough were going to get the edge, particularly. So we just hear the response to Van der Fleer getting the man of the match award. So as we continue to go through the half, that was the score there that gave Loughborough the lead. And then when they got the second try, they'll have been thinking, right, we're leading at half-time here. Let's disappear out of sight in the second half. This was a beautiful maul try. I mean, even as a second rower, even though you're the opponent, you've got to appreciate that.
No, yeah, great fight from them as well, especially after that sort of initial hiccup to stay in it and just bully their way over the line.
Speaking of bullying, that feels like that's what Nottingham did there. Beautiful lines. I think all of the back three were exemplary tonight in green.
Yeah, definitely. But like, I think we quite like that underdog title. Playing with nothing to lose, you know.
And then the physicality opened up a few gaps. And this is what happened. Just lads flying at the line. Oh, look at that through the legs. I mean, Mortimer, he's popped it through the legs. He's kicked 10 points. He can't have been far off man of the match.
No, I feel kind of bad, but I mean, as I say, like, that's another game he's kicked us to victory again.
Well, these are the moments where Nottingham just had the difference. They just had more zip in their play. They were adventurous. Sometimes being adventurous has cost Nottingham this season, but not tonight. Again, more lines. Van der Fleer's coming over. I wonder if we're going pitch side or he's coming up here. He can't come up that ladder in his boots. Crikey.
No, especially on those tired legs.
But that was a brilliant try. And that was the moment where the game felt as though Nottingham could get something from it. That was when the belief started.
That first half try. I mean, everyone, again, you said cliche, but well, that's that first try after half-time has set the tone, really.
And then back came Loughborough. And at this moment, when Sam Kildun goes in, beautiful first phase try. That's going to make the highlights reel in any game. Yeah. It just felt as though that could have been the moment where Loughborough closing in on the top of the league, full of confidence, think, right, we've had a tough night tonight, but none of it. Nottingham are having none of it. Mortimer, we've been talking about these passes and where they were, and then he delivers a seed. 1, 2, 3, 4 Nottingham players he's taken out there. Loughborough left standing. Then he converted it as well. Got the try assist, got the 2-pointer, and at full time, University of Nottingham 20, Loughborough 17. Loughborough walking off the pitch, absolutely crestfallen. Don't go anywhere. We're going to head pitch side, and we're going to try and get some post-match reaction from the winners.
I love you, Westy!
We'd like to again thank everyone for coming down tonight. I hope you've had a fantastic evening and it continues on into the night. Thank you so much for coming down, and we hope to see you again very soon down here at the Bay.
University of Nottingham 20, Loughborough Students 17. Archie van der Fleer, how does that sound to you?
It's a good win, great feeling with the lads on a Friday night here. What a result, right? We knew we could do it, and we put a great performance in and got it at the end, so yeah, great.
You're talking about the team there, and that's fine, but you, 20-metre passes, chip and chase, winning scrums, melting blokes, that's a pretty complete, 70-odd minutes from you?
Yeah, it was a good shift. Paul gets a bit annoyed when I'm booting the ball around in training, but it's paid off there. Almost had a 50-22, but yeah, it was good fun, good win for the team, and yeah, what a result.
Best one of the season?
So far, yeah. We're targeting a few more, but yeah, can't get much better than Friday Night Lights against Loughborough, so great result.
Beautiful, beautiful game, because the lead changed hands 5 times. It was you, Loughborough, Sam Kildun scored a beautiful try. And then you really had to dig deep to win that. What were the messages and what was said at half-time? Because there were times where you looked out on your feet, but the spirit you showed as a team was sensational.
Yeah, we went into the game knowing there's going to be times where we're going to have to dig deep, where momentum's not with us, but we knew we could just battle through that, and when we got through, we knew we'd have times in the game when we were on top, and I think we showed. We dug deep to the last minute, scoring in the corner here, yeah, so all paid off.
What happens tonight?
A few beers, I think. Yeah, just a few, though.
You deserve it. Go and be with the lads. A huge congratulations. Great performance. Let's bring in the captain, James Cherry, who I am told loves rugby. Is that your sweetest moment captaining University of Nottingham Rugby Club?
Oh, mate, by far. I mean, that's just an absolutely awesome win. I was just saying to Archie's dad on the sideline, I don't even know if pre-game I knew we could win that. And I think slowly as the kind of minutes ticked on, we carried on putting those shots in, getting off the line, winning those collisions. Freddie scores that try, and wow, mate, what a feeling. I mean, that is, proudest moment for me as a skip ever. It's
a hell of a performance from you, because you're new into this league, you're learning lessons as you go, but it feels as though you've stepped up tonight. Physicality-wise, that's the toughest you've been all season by some distance.
Yeah, mate, I think I was just thinking that. I mean, games against Exeter, Durham that we maybe let slip away in the second half, came out fire and then just kind of maybe the occasion got the better of us. I just think tonight, we've spoken about it on the pre-game, having the boys down in force, having you guys down, it just takes the boys up a level. And we brought that physicality, massive hand to our assistant coaches, Zav Valentine, Liam Slatton. Paul was away in Bali enjoying the sun during our pre-season block, and they came in from Nottingham Rugby, who the partnership with has just been immense tonight especially. But they just brought a real physicality to our training that I don't think's been there before. And I mean, it showed tonight. Some of the boys flying around up there. Big Arch, Ed Timpson, Lewis Barrett, Caelan Stanton, first came back in a while. Just awesome, mate. Unbelievably proud of the lads.
What about the moment the winning try went over then? Just behind us in this corner. You had to come from behind a couple of times. Special moment, huge energy, but as you've already said, immense pride.
Oh, mate, if I'm being honest, I think I carried a few phases before and got absolutely filled in by one of their props. So I was on the floor in the midfield somewhere and just looked up and saw Freddie dance over and just gave it absolutely massive, mate. I feel a euphoria. I thought it was full time. Go over to the ref, he tells me there's 4 left, and then just, awesome effort from the boys to exit, bit of a defensive stand, get the ball out, win that penalty, and celebrations, mate. But yeah, just unbelievably proud. Awesome effort from Freddie, a lad who's been awesome, massive for us all year. Missed out on selection this week because of exam pressure and having to miss a few sessions. And I mean, what a response that is. Can't ask for more as a captain.
You had a really good chat with the ref throughout the game. You're probably best mates in Christmas card lists with all of them. But when he told you with that final penalty that you had 40 seconds, you could take your time and put it into touch. Just tell us how that felt.
Yeah, one of the definitely best moment of 2023 so far. It's one of those ones as like a line-out caller especially. I was thinking, Christ, what am I going to go to here? We got to go up against the boys. They've got like your Wardells, Monday, Jack Shiner came off the bench at the end that I trained down here with Nottingham Rugby, and when the ref tells me I don't have to do that, that's awesome. And I, my kicking head went straight on. I said, "Fish, mate, just kick it out the back of the end zone." But he told me to shut up and kicked it out the side, and yeah, rest history, mate. But that was just lovely to hear from the ref.
Speaking of Fish, finally 10 points for him tonight, and a massive bump in midfield today. Big 80 minutes from the 9.
Yeah, mate, it's awesome. Commiserations to Will Bailey on the bench. He's trained really hard and kind of won a three-way position battle there with a few of our other 9s. But when you're playing behind Henry, it's pretty hard. I know you came down for a Hartbury game, and he was, 3 try assists in that game. He manages the game really well, 100% off the tee again tonight. I mean, as a captain, having a vice-captain like that you can just look to, and constant, reliable 80-minute performances, it's immense. And credit to Cam Furley as well at 13. I thought he had a really good game, as well as Archie, Henry, all man of the match contenders there.
Sandy Park in a couple of weeks?
Yeah, mate, ecstatic for that. I was talking to Ollie Leatherbarrow on socials before this, gave him a little congratulation for their win over Cardiff Met. But, before we look to Sandy Park and the massive event that'll be, we've got to deal with Durham first on a 5-day turnaround, and we've got to deal with a really good Cardiff Met team that probably gave us our worst hiding of the year so far. So focus on that first, focus on Durham, Cardiff Met, and then we're on to Exeter, which will be another massive game.
First thing you need to focus on is tonight. Huge congratulations. Enjoy it. What a performance, what a team, what a league. Loughborough came here looking to get back to the top of the league, and Nottingham claimed the pride in the East Midlands. Thank you so much for joining us wherever you've been watching around the world. Plenty of live streams to look forward to as well. Imagine you lucky ducks who are watching this division for the very first time. Congratulations to James Cherry, to Archie van der Vlie, and everybody at the University of Nottingham Rugby Union Club. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.
Every game, every minute does not matter. It is
for here and now, and that's why we love Cup Final Rugby.
Oh, over the top to Hussein Said. Class!
Romajang stepping away, drives towards the line.
Hartbury, who are the queens of Bucks women's rugby.
The green machine explodes. Back Super Rugby bleeds green.
The try is given.
Now is this space on the left-hand side. Beautiful ball, great finish. Rydian Williams.
Here goes Larry Davis, dances inside. Parisa doesn't drops it down to level the score.
You London.